Chase currently leads the NASCAR Nationwide Series championship standings by 15 points over his teammate Regan Smith. And Chase, you had a second place finish here in the spring, and talk a little bit about coming back to Richmond, and then obviously with the points lead as we near, I believe, 9 races to go before Homestead.
Yeah, it was. We had a pretty good run here in the spring race. There was times where I thought we were pretty close to Kevin, and then by the last run, we I think kind of adjusted a little bit too much and kind of got back to where he was. He was way better than we were. So I feel like we're capable of running with them, and I think we were capable of it last race. So we kind of missed on the last adjustment, and hopefully we can try to better our run from here in the spring, and I'd be very much so happy with that. So hopefully we can achieve our goals.
All right, we'll go ahead and open for questions for Chase. If you have one, please raise your hand and state your name and affiliation. Okay, we'll start with Chris.
Chris MyCatchers.com. Hey, Chase. Goodyear's brought a new tire here this weekend. Just wondering your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I really don't know. I really don't know anything about it. But what I do know is it's the same for everybody. So in reality, it really doesn't matter. It's kind of the way I see it.
Okay. And do you start going conservation mode with the points as far as with 9 races left, or are you still gunning for get as big of a lead as you can?
I mean, I think each race you show up to, I think your goals should never change from week 1 to week 33. I mean, I feel like if you're here and you're showing up, I think your goals, at least for me, should be to try to win the race, and that's the way I look at it, and that's the way I look at it now throughout the rest of the season.
All right, go ahead.
Chase in the back, Lane Casadante with CBS here in Richmond. What, if any, advice do you get from your dad and everybody else about being in a championship race at this point in the season?
Yeah, honestly, I haven't really said much about it. To be completely honest, but it's you just kind of take it a week at a time, and I think a lot of stuff you have to kind of learn on your own, and until you're in those positions, I don't know that somebody can really tell you a lot, and because they don't, everybody takes that position differently. So for me, I try to look each week the same, and look at it the same as I looked at it when we got to Daytona at the beginning of the year. So that's the way I go about it. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but my goals are when we show up at the racetrack each weekend, at least for us on the 9 team, we're there to win, and our goals are not going to change from week to week. That's what we're shooting for every time we show up at the racetrack, no matter what.
All right, Kenny, go ahead.
Kenny Bruce with NASCAR.com. Chase, when you look back on this season, where do you feel like you guys have improved the most, and where do you guys still need to improve going into these last few races?
I think our communication has improved a lot from the beginning of the season, and I think really just kind of that whole aspect. I think a lot of stuff comes with it, from post-race notes to everything. I think all that stuff has gotten better throughout the year, and each week I try to really be descriptive in my post-race notes, and especially these racetracks that we come to twice a year. You may not think it's that beneficial, but there's a lot of races in between those tracks, and you can forget little things that you picked up throughout the race. So for me to be able to go back and look at that stuff is helpful, and or I hope it is at least. And so I think the communication has definitely gotten better. There's been tracks where I feel like we've improved upon. I thought from the first Iowa race to the second Iowa, I thought was a big improvement, and from the first Bristol to the second Bristol, I thought was a really big improvement. So I hope that from the first Richmond to this Richmond is an improvement, and if so, I think I'd be happy with it. So I think we're capable of doing that. We just got to make sure we keep trying to get better, especially these places we show up to a second time, and hopefully that'll be the case here at Richmond.
Was the post-race notes, was that something new for you that you had to sort of learn, get used to doing?
Yeah, a little bit. I did a little bit of it last year. Nothing quite like what we do now, but I did a little bit of stuff last year, kind of just personally for my own knowledge, but nothing like what we do or what we've done this year at least.
All right. Go ahead.
Chipper Air 8 News here in Richmond. Back in April, there was a lot of trouble with the tires on this track across all the races, and I know everyone's been trying to figure out how they're going to strategize going into this championship race. What are you guys trying to do specifically to counter those tire struggles?
Yeah, well, I mean, like Chris asked, they did bring a different tire here this time, and I guess they ran the multi-zone tire that Goodyear produced the first race here, and it had a harder inside edge and a softer outside edge. So to make tires really matter, and so they'd wear out, and they definitely did. And I thought that the racing was. It was a very fine line because here in the spring, the tires would start off a run normal. It wouldn't be any different. And then as you ran, they would really, really wear out really bad. And a lot of guys, ran down to the cords and they start to come apart. So I think a lot of that was just the difference from one side of the tire being soft and the other side being harder. But really, until we go race, I don't know if it'll be any different or not, to be honest with you. So I don't really know what to expect there. I don't assume it will be very much different, but like I said before, it's the same for everybody. So hopefully we can just figure it out throughout practice and kind of see what to expect. But everybody has the same tires, so I don't really know.
All right. We'll come up here next.
Eric Jones in the pits racing radio. Chase, you guys practice during the daytime here. What do you look for to get a feel in the car knowing the track's going to tighten up? Are you looking to practice the car with it being quite a bit free?
Not really. I think just looking from last race to this race, I didn't really see that the track changed much at all, honestly, from daytime to nighttime. My personal thought on that is, and what I've seen in the past, I think if you're good during the daytime, you'll be good at night. Just kind of my personal opinion. I think if you're tight during the daytime, you'll be that much tighter at night, or if you're loose during the daytime, you'll be that much looser at night. So I don't really expect it to change a whole lot. I think whatever you're fighting will just be maximized when the sun goes down.
All right, Chris, go ahead.
ChrisKnightKitchens.com again. Chase, you attended the Xfinity announcement yesterday at the NASCAR Hall of Fame. You're going to be racing in the NASCAR Xfinity Series next year. How big of it this is a significance for NASCAR to bring a new sponsor in for as much money as they're investing in for the length of the contract?
Yeah, I actually was not there yesterday, but I do know it is very big, and I'm really happy for NASCAR and for Xfinity as well. I think that's a great relationship, and Nationwide has done a great job with this series the past number of years, and from what I've seen on the outside looking in, and certainly being a part of it this year, they've done a great job. And I definitely expect Xfinity will do their part just like Nationwide did. So I'm looking forward to getting in the next year and really seeing what they're all about. And I'm excited about the partnership. I think that's big. And with the way the world's changing and everything is kind of technologically based, I think having a company like that can really kind of take the races and streaming them online and doing a lot of different stuff. I think they have a lot of pull to really make things better and be able to reach it from different areas. So I'm excited about that and seeing what they can do. And like I said, I think it's a good partnership.
All right. Any final questions for Chase? Okay. We'll come up front.
Marty O'Brien with the Daily Press. I just wanted to ask you, being as young as you are, the guys that you're going up against for the Nationwide title or veterans, just talk a little bit about them and the challenge of going against guys with so much experience.
I mean, certainly, for me, I respect those guys, and they're definitely they've been racing for a long time, and they know what they're doing. And fortunately, one of them is on my team, and I can go to him and ask him questions and utilize some of that knowledge. So, I think that they're definitely in the position they're in for a reason, and those guys are capable of getting the job done. And hopefully we can. I just hope we can battle it out with them throughout the rest of the season, and we can just be in the hunt come Homestead. That's our goal. So hopefully that's the case. And I know that, like I said, those guys are very talented, and they've been in these positions before. So hopefully we can figure out a way to hang with them.